Mira drives along Highway 1, the rental car a small silhouette against the towering cliffs and endless Pacific. At a scenic overlook, she steps out, the wind tugging, the ocean roaring, a symphony of nature's raw power. Eyes closed. She breathes deeply, feeling the chill of wet sand. A quiet release washing over her. Mira stands at the Grand Canyon's rim, a solitary figure against the backdrop of the setting sun. Molten colors paint the canyon walls, shadows dancing like living entities across the ancient stone. In the vast silence, Mira finds solace, the canyon's immensity anchoring her thoughts and emotions. Mira drives along an endless road, sunlight bathing the dashboard in golden light. She's no longer fleeing her past, but stepping into the person she is becoming. A sense of wholeness washes over her as she moves in rhythm with her own becoming.
San Francisco sleeps under a blanket of dawn fog as Mira drives onto the Golden Gate Bridge. The bridge rises from the haze like a half-remembered truth, its cables disappearing into the mist. A quiet release washes over her, loosening years of tangled threads as the city fades behind. Mira drives along Highway 1, the Pacific Ocean stretching out beside her, and towering cliffs rise to meet the sky. She parks at a scenic overlook, the chill of wet sand greeting her bare toes as she approaches the water's edge. Wind tugs at her sleeves. I taste the salt, she thinks, sensations through which my own voice returns. Mira stands at the Grand Canyon's edge as the sunset paints the cliffs in molten hues, the vastness clarifying her spirit. She watches still as the canyon's immensity settles deep within, a silent communion with the ancient landscape. You are allowed to be here. You are allowed to begin again. She thinks beneath a star-stitched sky, listening to the desert breathe.
Bathed in the dawn's soft glow, Mira walks the misty Golden Gate Bridge, a lone figure against the iconic backdrop. Mid-span, she pauses. The city's hum, a distant murmur. Gazing at the water, a subtle release washes over her, unseen burdens gently cast away. Mira drives her battered rental car along Highway 1, where dramatic cliffs meet the boundless sky. Bare feet in the sand, wind tugging at sleeves, and the faint taste of salt freedom permeates every sense. The Pacific crashes against the shore, its rhythm a constant pulse in the symphony of wind and waves. Sunset ignites the Grand Canyon with fiery colors as Mira stands silhouetted against the breathtaking vista. Light and shadow dance across the ancient stone, emphasizing the canyon's immense scale. Mira's face reveals a subtle shift, a profound self-acceptance and readiness to begin again.
Mira steps onto the Golden Gate Bridge, swallowed by the fog. The city's clamor fades, leaving a profound silence. She pauses, inhaling deeply, letting the cool, expansive air fill her lungs. A mix of fear and hope etches her face. Narration 5-0. This wasn't escape. This wasn't arrival. This was the moment her life exhaled. Mira drives along Highway 1, the Pacific Ocean stretching endlessly beside her, an inner compass guiding her journey. Barefoot on the beach, she laughs, the wind whipping through her hair, a moment of pure, unburdened joy. Gazing at the towering cliffs, a sense of awe washes over her, each stop releasing a weight she's carried for too long. As sunset paints the Grand Canyon in fiery hues, Mira stands at the edge, a figure dwarfed by the immensity. Her eyes reflect the canyon's vastness, mirroring a profound sense of recognition and newfound peace within her. Here she wasn't small, a voice narrates. She was right-sized, aligned instead of diminished.
Fog envelops Mira as she steps onto the majestic Golden Gate Bridge, the cool, bright air filling her lungs. At At the bridge's midpoint, she pauses, inhaling deeply as her gaze sweeps across the endless horizon. A profound sense of liberation washes over Mira's face. This isn't just arrival, it's release. Mira cruises down Highway 1, the Pacific Ocean, a breathtaking vista against the towering cliffs. Barefoot on the overlook, Mira feels the cold sand as wind whips through her hair. Eyes closed in serene bliss. Truth settling in my chest like warm stone, Mira murmurs. The ocean's roar a backdrop to her moment of clarity. Mira's silhouette is stark against the star-strewn sky as she sits on the edge of the Grand Canyon, a figure against infinity. The desert wind whispers through the canyon, carrying secrets as old as time itself. Closing her eyes, Mira declares, I wasn't running from something, I was stepping toward myself.
As morning fog swirls, Mira steps onto the Golden Gate Bridge, its massive form looming, an idea half-formed in the mist. She walks slowly, breathing deeply, her face a canvas of apprehension and hope, gently touched by the awakening breeze. The city's sounds are muted, replaced by the haunting cries of distant foghorns. Mira drives along the iconic Highway 1, the boundless Pacific Ocean unfolding beside her. Drawn to the dramatic coastline, she pauses the cold sand, a stark contrast beneath her bare feet. Eyes closed, she surrenders to the moment, wind and waves enveloping her in nature's embrace. Mira stands silhouetted against the Grand Canyon's blazing sunset, an ancient silent presence stretching before her. The sky erupts in fiery oranges and bruised violets, casting long, deepening shadows across the canyon floor. Under a vast starlit sky, she lies awake, listening to the desert wind, a subtle shift in her expression.
Mira steps onto the Golden Gate Bridge, the morning air crisp and cool against her skin, fog swirling around her. The fragmented skyline of San Francisco emerges and disappears in the mist as she walks deliberately, a symbol of transition. She pauses, gazing out at the water, a mix of familiarity and foreignness washing over her in the fog. Mira drives her rental car on Highway 1, the Pacific Ocean shimmering in the distance. Drawn to the edge, she stops, the wind whipping her hair as she stands barefoot on the sand. The ocean roars, its power undeniable, as she closes her eyes and lets go. As the sun dips, Mira stands at the Grand Canyon's rim, a solitary figure against the vast canvas of red and gold. Shadows stretch across the ancient stone as the light bathes the canyon, an awe-inspiring vista before her. Under a starlit sky, she listens to the desert breathe, finding unexpected peace and belonging.
Mira's rental car crawls across the Golden Gate Bridge, the red towers piercing the sky. Fog swirls, a cool caress as she stares out at the water, a sense of possibility. This is it, a new beginning, Mira whispers, the vast expanse mirroring her hope. Mira cruises down Highway 1, the road hugging the cliffs as she drinks in the endless blue of the Pacific Ocean. She pauses, the sun kissing her face. Each breath a step further away from past burdens. With a sigh of liberation, she whispers to the wind, I'm finally free. At the Grand Canyon's rim, Mira watches the sunset paint the canyon walls with fiery hues. Lost in the vast beauty, Mira closes her eyes, feeling the desert's gentle hum and a deep earth connection. With newfound resolve, Mira declares, I'm not just traveling, I'm coming home to myself. Mira steps off a bus near the Golden Gate Bridge, a weekend bag slung over her shoulder. The air is cool, heavy with mist, She walks onto the bridge, the fog swirling around her like a veil, obscuring the city behind. Pausing, she gazes out at the water, a faint smile hinting at the fresh start she envisions. Mira drives a blue rental car along Highway 1, the vast Pacific Ocean roaring against the cliffs below, a stark and beautiful contrast. She pauses, capturing the breathtaking vistas with her camera, each click a moment of peace against the ocean symphony. The salty air fills her lungs as she gazes out at the endless horizon, a quiet contemplation washing over her. Mira stands silhouetted against the Grand Canyon, a solitary figure, dwarfed by the immensity of the ancient landscape. The setting sun casts vibrant hues across the canyon, painting the rocks in fiery shades of orange, purple, and deep red. She watches in quiet awe, the vast silence amplifying the grandeur of nature's spectacle. A thick fog shrouds the Golden Gate Bridge, swallowing the city in its misty embrace. Mira stands at the entrance, a weekend bag her only companion. Gazing up at the colossal bridge, a small, hopeful smile touches Mira's lips. A moment of quiet anticipation hangs in the air. Stepping onto the bridge, she captures the moment with her phone, whispering to herself, "This is it." A tiny blue car navigates the winding Highway 1, where cliffs meet the crashing Pacific. Mira pulls over, the sound of waves filling the air as wind whips through her hair. She opens her eyes, her face radiant with pure, unadulterated joy. Mira stands silhouetted against the setting sun at the Grand Canyon, a solitary figure against the vast glowing landscape. The canyon walls blaze with fiery hues of orange, red, and purple, reflecting in Mira's wide, wonder-filled eyes. A single tear traces a path down her cheek as she whispers, overwhelmed by the moment, "I'm